Now, going over to the business blunder of the day, you have General Motors announcing yet another recall, this time for their trucks, which I want to say this is reason number 9,959,735,423 not to buy GM product. However, they have a lot of recalls. One of my favorite jokes is, what did GM say to Toyota, or what did Toyota say to GM? That Toyota says, I do not recall. Which, unfortunately, they've actually had more recalls lately, but historically speaking, try to place some money or bet on what truck will last the longest. Overall, I still put my money on Toyota. Now, this comes to us thanks to Mary Conaway, who's a writer at torquenews.com, in which she says, quote, GM is recalling nearly 450,000 trucks and SUVs, including Silverados, Sierras, Tahoes, and Escalades because of a brake fluid warning light problem. There, and they say, according to NHTSA, brake fluid warning light might fail to alert drivers to low brake fluid levels. There you can see kind of the cliche truck picture of the trucks on the mountains, so rough and rugged. Yeah, a little disappointing that most of them are pavement queens, and probably less than 1% actually will ever go onto a mountain, but still interesting marketing there. You can see the good old pine trees in the mountains, some fresh water there. Now, they say, quote, there are more headaches that automakers don't need because recalls are expensive, irritating to owners. Luckily, silver lining situation, no accidents have occurred because an engineer discovered the issue relatively quickly. Which the module, and they say specifically, the module may fail to trigger a warning light when the brake fluid level falls low. Not knowing that you have low brake fluid could increase the risk of a crash, but the vehicles can still be driven. According to the file report with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the recall involves 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 and its clone, the GMC Sierra 1500 pickups. Also includes the 2023, 2024 Chevy Tahoes, Chevrolet Suburbans, GMC Yukons, Yukon XLs. The worst. Cadillac Escalades and the Cadillac Escalade ESV. I say the worst because that's one of the most profitable things that GM makes and sells. Now, granted, in terms of the actual skeleton, the nuts and bolts of these cars, or SUVs in this case, yeah, they're basically the same, but Cadillac gets a little bit more luxury, a little bit more tech. Like most luxury brands that automotive companies make, there's a lot of parts sharing, which, again, helps decrease costs and make them more profitable. Now, looks like, according to the NHTSA report, quote, a GM engineer submitted this issue to GM's Speak for Safety program on April 18th, 2024. April, I'm like a watch. Yeah, that was a little while ago. After observing no illumination of the required taillight during a recorded brake fluid leak test, GM opened. Anyway, why? One would think you do this test prior to shipping lots of products, but I digress. They say, quote, the investigation found that a mismatch in the EBCM, the electronic brake control module, software, and the EBCM calibration released the vehicle at the assembly plant causes the system to fail to detect and notify of a brake fluid leak when required by FMVSS number 135. Oddly specific, uninspiring name, but probably government mandate there. So not great. Now in terms of the recall for this, the recall number is bland and uninspiring, but okay, sharp pencil ready, or more realistically a pen or smartphone. The recall number is 24V, as in violent, dash 674. Again, it's 24V674. The GM number for the recall is N as in good N. What's it? I'm trying to think of a model that what's a General Motors product that starts with an N? No, I can't think of one. There's a lot of cars. The GM made a lot of things with the C. You got the Cobalt, the Camaro, the Corvette. Partially digress. We'll be a little funny. We'll do N for Nissan, which arguably is just as reliable. Then I say, quote, the recall number for GM is N242447990. Again, it's N242447990. And again, silver lining situation. No one's been hurt from this. There haven't been any accidents, and hopefully everyone gets this, fixed, as soon as possible. And again, it's still bad for GM because they already don't have the greatest picture when it comes to reliability. And they make a couple cars I love. If I won the lottery, I would love to get a CT5V Blackwing with a stick shift or a CT4V Blackwing with a stick shift. Those are marvels of engineering, and I've had the privilege of driving one once, and it was amazing. That'd be great. But in terms of overall the portfolio, it's hurting. They're not transitioning well in terms of investments and putting a lot of money in EVs, and the market going mostly to hybrids in terms of customer preferences. And a lot of people just lost trust on that brand throughout the years. So to have, and again, remember, these are the most profitable things GM makes. Cars are junk in terms of profitability. That's why so many manufacturers focus on trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. They are much, much bigger profit margins. So it's even more important to the company portfolio. The fact that they didn't do more quality assurance prior to this, and again, it's for the consumer, but it costs the dealerships money because, again, the dealerships, they're paid by the manufacturer, but it's a decreased or rather a discounted repair rate. So the dealerships aren't happy about this. Consumers aren't happy because they have to go to the dealership to get it fixed. And overall, just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So I gotta say, General Motors have yet another recall on your most profitable important vehicles. I gotta say, GM, that is certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.